The wedding hall was bright, filled with the scent of fresh linger of soft music playing in the courtyard. Everyone was dressed in a small, expect two people. Taehyung and Jungkook. Taehyung adjusted the collar of his suit and let out a dramatic sign. His hair fell over his forehead and thought he looked stunning. His expression told another story. Taehyung, Mom, why? Why do I feel like I am standing at the edge of a cliff instead of an asshole? His mother standing beside him squeezes his hand with a reassuming smile. Taehyung, Mom, because you exaggerate too much, my son. You'll be fine. Jungkook is a good boy. Taehyung widened his eyes and leaned closer, whispering, Taehyung, good boy? Mom? He doesn't even smile at me. He looked at me like I stolen his favorite toy in kindergarten. His mom softly and fixed on his neck. Taehyung, Mom, sometimes love doesn't start with a smile. Give him time, baby. Taehyung mumbled under his breath. Taehyung, or maybe it doesn't start at all. On the other side of the hall, Jungkook stood tall, his expression calm but eyes doesn't. His mother just the sleeve of his suit jacket. Jungkook, Mom, you all make a fun husband. Don't look so cold. Jungkook, people will misunderstand. Jungkook let them. I didn't choose this marriage. His elder brother Yoongi, who had been quietly observing, gave him a light pat on his shoulders. Yoongi, still you are here? That means some part of you agree. Jungkook's jaw tightened. Jungkook, for you, for Mom, not for him. Yoongi let out a sign, but he didn't argue. Deep down, he knew Jungkook's heart was heavier than he admitted. When the music began, Taehyung walked down the aisle, steps slow, lips curled into a faint smile on the guest. But his eyes flickered nervously to Jungkook, who stood waiting. Jungkook whispering to himself. Taehyung smiled. Taehyung, don't let him see you are shaking. Jungkook's eyes met his unnervable and cold. Taehyung, determined not to lose, lifted his chin and flashed a mischievous grin. Taehyung quietly as he reached Jungkook, don't look so scary. People might think I am married a statue. Jungkook didn't reply, only turned slightly to the priest. The vow was exchanged, rings sliding onto fingers, and thought everyone clapped joyfully. The silence between them was louder than music. When the priest finally said, you may not, Taehyung blinked. He glanced at Jungkook, then leaned forward with a playful smile. Taehyung, don't worry, I won't bite. Jungkook pressed the lightest to his forehead instead of his. The audience, but Taehyung grin fell into a small pout. Taehyung whispering, seriously? Forehead? You're so dramatic. Jungkook without looking at him. Jungkook better than a line. And just like that, the celebration continued while the groom and groom stood worlds apart. Later that evening, Taehyung found himself standing in the living room of Jungkook's house. No, their house now. His suitcase sat up by the door while Jungkook carried nothing but his sharp presence. Taehyung, so this is home now? Nice. Cold walls, cold lights, and oh, look, a cold husband too. Jungkook showed him a slight glance but said nothing as he loosened his tie. You know, Most couple at least pretended to smile after their wedding, just a little smile, maybe a handshake. No, Jungkook walked past him, heading upstairs. Jungkook, don't expect me to play pretend. Taehyung blinked, then let out a dramatic gasp. Taehyung, wow, straight to the villain line. You, you could audition for a drama. Jungkook didn't answer, disappearing into his room. Taehyung puffed his cheeks, then dragged his suitcase to the guest room. Taehyung mumbling to himself, fine. If you want to act like an iceberg, or just be the sunshine that melt you. Let's see who wins. Jungkook. Next day, their mother invited them for dinner to celebrate the marriage. Taehyung arrived at the table with his usual playful aura, but Jungkook remained quiet, answering questions with short words. Taehyung, mom, so how was the first day of marriage? You two? Taehyung, wonderful. Jungkook and I already had our first argument about which side of the bed is better. Both mothers laughed. Jungkook raised an eyebrow, clearly annoying. Jungkook, we didn't argue, he just talked too much. Taehyung kept hand on chest. How rude. Talking is called communication, husband. You should try it sometimes. Youngie chuckled softly, hiding it behind his hand. Taehyung caught it and winked at him. Taehyung, see, at least someone appreciates my humor. Jungkook tightened, and for the first time, Taehyung noticed a flicker of hesitation that wasn't just coldness. It was something deeper, almost protective, when Youngie laughed alone. That night, Taehyung sat on the couch in the living room, scrolling through his phone. When Jungkook walked in, Taehyung, oh, look, who's finally come out of his cave. Jungkook ignored him, heading towards the kitchen. Taehyung patted his head. Taehyung, you know, it wouldn't hurt to be nice. We are stuck in this marriage, Jungkook. Might as well make it less miserable. Jungkook paused, his voice sharp. Jungkook, I don't hate marriage, I just hate the person I'm married to. Taehyung frozen, his playful smile waved for a second. Taehyung, and may I know why, dear husband? Jungkook turned, eyes cold. Jungkook, because you play with my brother's hearts. Taehyung blinked. Taehyung, Youngie, what are you even talking about? Jungkook, he like you, everyone know. And you acted close with him, gave him hope, and then you walk away. You didn't even realize how much you hurt him. Taehyung stared stunned. Taehyung, oh, that's not true. Youngie is my friend, just a friend. If he had feeling, he never said it, and I never let him on. Jungkook scoffed, turning back towards the kitchen. Jungkook, believe what you want, but I'll never forgive you for that. Taehyung thought tightened, he forced a smile, thought his eyes burned. Taehyung, fine, hate me all you want, but at least hate me with style. You look too handsome to waste your expression on bitterness. Jungkook frozen for half a second, then walked away without another word. Later, Taehyung lay on his bed, staring at the ceiling, his mind replaying Jungkook's words again and again. Taehyung softly to himself, I never meant to hurt anyone. Why does he think that about me? He hugged the pillow to his chest, whispering to him, You are impossible, Jeon Jungkook, but maybe, just maybe, I'll prove you wrong. The first night of their marriage ended not with a warmth but the heavy heart, one carrying bitterness and other carrying a quiet. But somewhere deep in the silence of Jungkook's room, he found himself remembering Taehyung's word, at least hate me with this style, and against his own will, the corner of his lip twitched just a little. The morning sun slipped through the curtain, cast softly golden line across the room. Taehyung sat up on his bed, hair messy, eyes still half shut. He held the pillow against his chest and sang, Taehyung, good morning. Marriage day 2, and still no sign of love. Not even a smile from Mr. Cole. He huffed off the bed, dragged his feet towards the kitchen. To his surprise, Jungkook was already there, wearing a plain black t-shirt, flipping an omelette with complete seriousness. Then, wow, Mr. Jeon Jungkook can cook. I thought you only cook up cold stuffs. Jungkook glanced at him unimpressed. Jungkook, do you ever make up and decide to be quiet? Taehyung, never silence isn't my style. He slid into the chair and watched Jungkook move around the kitchen smooth and precious for someone so cold. He had graceful hands. Taehyung tapped his chin dramatically. Taehyung, you know, this feels like a honeymoon morning. Expect you look like you rather to be on the moon than in this kitchen with me. Jungkook placed the plate in front of him. Jungkook eat or complain on an empty stomach. Your choice. Taehyung grinned and took a bite. Wow, if I didn't know better, I'd say you are secretly trying to win me over. Jungkook, don't flat yourself. Taehyung leaned closer across the table, eyes. Taehyung, so cold. If you keep this up, I'll need a heater in this marriage. Jungkook pushed his chair back and stood up. Jungkook finished quickly. We are meeting my family today. Taehyung raised an eyebrow. Taehyung, your family? Again? Didn't we just see them? Jungkook, my brother wants to talk to you. Taehyung, clean. Taehyung, Yoongi-hyun? Oh, I love him. He is so calm, unlike someone else I know. For the first time, Jungkook's eyes flickered. Was that nonsense? Later that day, they arrived at Yoongi's house. Yoongi welcomed them with his usual warm, quiet smile. Yoongi, Taehyung, glad you came. Sit, I made tea. Taehyung flipped onto the couch comfortably. Taehyung, you always treat me better than your brother does. I think I married the wrong Jeon. Yoongi chuckled while Jungkook's expression darkened. Jungkook, don't joke about that. Taehyung clicked innocently. Taehyung, relax. I was just kidding. You are so easy to irritate. They slipped drink together and conversation flowed easily between Taehyung and Yoongi. They laughed over old memories, school, childhood, games, silly mistakes. Jungkook sat slightly jaw-tied, eyes shifted every time Yoongi leaned closer to Taehyung. When Taehyung reached over to show Yoongi a funny memes on his phone, Jungkook finally snapped Jungkook, "Enough, we are leaving." Both Taehyung and Yoongi turned to him surprised. Taehyung, "Leaving? We just started talking." Jungkook, "I didn't have all day to waste." Yoongi gave him a knowing look but didn't argue. Taehyung stood throwing his hand up. Taehyung, "Fine, fine, but you are impossible, Jungkook." The drive home was silent until Taehyung couldn't resist. Taehyung, "You were jealous?" Jungkook kept his eyes on the road. Jungkook, "No." Taehyung, "Yes, you pulled me away like a child graduating his star." Taehyung, "You think too high of yourself." Taehyung leaned closer, smirking. Taehyung admitted, "You were jealous because I was laughing with Younghyun." Jungkook grip on the steering wheel tightened. Jungkook, "Stay away from me." Taehyung eyes widened. Taehyung, "What? Why? He is my friend." Jungkook, "You all just hurt him again." The sharp word hit him like a Taehyung looked away, lip parted, pressing into thin line. Taehyung, "You really don't know me, do you? Yoongi is precious to me. I'll never hurt him. But you only see the worst in me." Jungkook didn't reply, and the car remained heavy with unspoken feelings. That evening, back home, Taehyung started curl up on the couch, hugging the blanket. Jungkook walked past, but Taehyung was stopped at him. Taehyung, "Do you ever get tired of hating me?" Jungkook paused. Jungkook, "No." Taehyung, "Well, I'll get tired of being hated, so maybe one day I'll pick up and leave, and then you can live happily in your cold little world." Jungkook chased that and thought he didn't show it. Jungkook, "If that's what you want, do it." Taehyung thought edge, but he covered it with sass. Taehyung, "Oh, you are unbearable. I could be by aliens and you probably just wave goodbye." Jungkook looked at him for a long moment, eyes unwavered, then he walked away. Taehyung flopped onto the couch dramatically. Taehyung, talking to him like talking to a brick wall, except the brick wall is. Later that night, Taehyung woke up catching his throat was dry and his body shivered slightly from the cold air. He got up to find water, only to bump into Jungkook in hallway. Jungkook, what are you doing?" Taehyung, "What does it look like? Waiting for a midnight zombie roll?" Jungkook forward, stepping closer. Jungkook, "Are you pale? Are you sick?" Taehyung rolled his eyes, thought secretly touched by the corner. Taehyung, "Relax, Dr. Jian. It's just a little cold." But Jungkook didn't look convinced. He quickly went to kitchen, poured a glass of water, and headed to him. Taehyung blinked at the gesture, heart skipping. Taehyung, "Wow, did you just care about me?" Jungkook looked away. Jungkook, don't misunderstand. If you collapse, mom will blame me." Taehyung smiled faintly, sipping the water. Taehyung, "Whatever the reason, thank you." Jungkook didn't reply, but his silence felt different, less sharp, almost hesitant. The next morning, Taehyung stood in front of the mirror, buttoning his shirt. Jungkook pressed by, hair still damp from the shower. Taehyung caught a whiff of his collagen and frozen for a second. If you keep walking around like that, people might actually think you are attractive. Jungkook raised an eyebrow. Jungkook people already think that. They blink, then laugh. Wow, confidence level. Young Jungkook, cold and he follows Jungkook on the kitchen, still grins. You should teach me how to be like you. Maybe then you will finally respect me. Jungkook looked at him quietly, then shook his head. Jungkook, respect isn't something you demand, it's something you earn. The word stunned more than Taehyung expected. He covered it with humor, but inside his heart asked Taehyung softly, then maybe one day I'll earn it. Jungkook frozen, not expecting the sincerity. For a brief moment, his eyes softened, but just as quickly the wall went back up. Jungkook, we'll see. That evening, Taehyung sat on the balcony, legs pulled up to his chest, watching the city lights. Jungkook stepped out, holding two mugs of drink. Without a word, he placed on beside him and leaned against the railing. Taehyung looked at us, staring like an old married couple. Jungkook stays silent, eyes on the night sky. Sometimes I wonder if that's more to you than this cold act. Maybe deep down you are just a lonely bunny. Jungkook turned to glare at him, but Taehyung only smiled. Their eyes locked. The silence stretched heavy and charged slowly without meaning to. Taehyung leaned forward. Jungkook didn't move. Their faces were inches apart, breath mingling. Then Jungkook stood. Taehyung, it's too late. Go to sleep. He walked inside, leaving Taehyung blink at the empty space. Taehyung touched his lips lightly, whispering to himself, one day, Jungkook, one day you won't walk away. The night air still lingered in Taehyung's lungs as he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. His heart raced from the balcony moment. The way Jungkook haven't moved when he leaned closer, the way his eyelids softened for a second before he walked away. Taehyung held his pillow tightly, then whispering, why do you run every time we get close, Jungkook? Are you scared or am I the only one who feels this? Sleep didn't come easily, and when it did, it was filled with restless dreams of warm eyes and cold walls. The following morning, the kitchen was quiet. Jungkook sat at the table with a newspaper, coffee in hand. They hung in hair messy, eyes puffy from lack of sleep. They hung, wow, reading the news at 7 a.m. Married life has turned into a boring old man already. Jungkook lowered the paper slightly, scanning his face. Jungkook, you didn't sleep well? Taehyung blinked at the unexpected observation. Oh, someone noticed. Should I call the press? Jungkook looked away, sipping his coffee. Anyway, don't worry, I'm fine. I always look this handsome even when tired. Jungkook shook his head but said nothing more. Still, the fact that he had noticed left his heart ordered warmly. That afternoon, Jungkook's mom visited at their home with Yoongi. Jungkook mom, I just wanted to see how you both are. Settled in. Everything okay? Wonderful mother-in-law. Jungkook is the best roommate I've ever had. Husband, not much. Everyone laughed especially Jungkook, who glared at him. Yoongi teasing Taehyung, don't tease him too much. He'll explode one day. Taehyung explode, or I paid to see that. Imagine Jungkook actually shooting at me. Ah, the drama. Jungkook mom chuckled and patted Taehyung's head warmly. Jungkook mom, I'm glad you bring laughter to this house, Taehyung. Jungkook needed. Jungkook shifted, not meeting anyone's eyes. Taehyung cursed it. He smiled, fading just slightly. After the visit, silence returned. Taehyung said, crossed leg on the floor, folding laundry. Jungkook sat near, scrolling through his phone. You know, for someone who to hate me, you spend a lot of time in the same room. Jungkook, it's my house. Taehyung, correction. Our house. We are married, remember? Jungkook looked at him briefly, then back at his phone. Taehyung tossed a folded shirt at him. Taehyung, sometimes I think you secretly like my company, but don't want to admit it. Jungkook caught off his shirt expression. Jungkook, you are wrong. Taehyung leaned closer, titled his head. Taehyung, am I? Their eyes locked for a moment. The air grew heavy again, thick with something unspoken. Jungkook away first. A few days later, they attended a dinner party hosted by Jungkook's relatives. The room was filled with chatter, food, and laughter. Jin tried to stay cheerful, but soon he noticed a group of girls gathered around Jungkook, asking him questions, touching his arms. Then narrowed his eyes, jealousy bubbling. He grabbed a drink and over them. Excuse me, ladies, this one's taken by me. Everyone blinked in surprise, including Jungkook. Then wrapped an arm around his shoulder with a bright smile. Taehyung, see this ring? That's me. He is my husband, which also means hand off. The girl began nervously and disappeared. Jungkook turned to him, glaring. Jungkook, what was that? Taehyung, shaming you from me. You should thank me. Jungkook, I didn't ask for your help. Taehyung, well, look, you are mine now, Jungkook. Might as well get used to it. Jungkook did press into a line, but Taehyung caused the friend killers on his beard. Later that night, back at home, tension hung heavy. Jungkook stood by the window while Taehyung faced the living room. You know what frustrated me? No matter what I do, joke, laugh, care, you never let me in. You keep pushing me away like I am someone stranger. Jungkook didn't respond. I'm not your enemy, Jungkook. Stop. Stop treating me like one. I didn't hurt Yoongi. I didn't play with him. I never even know about his feelings until you accused me. Jungkook finally turned eyes dark with conflict. Jungkook, you don't understand. Yoongi is everything to me. When I thought you hurt him, I couldn't forgive you. I hate you for it. Still do sometimes. third titan, then hate me, but don't lie to yourself. Because if all you felt for me was hate, you wouldn't look at me the way you just did. Jungkook frozen their eyes, blocked by motion between them. Jungkook stepped closer. Was slow. Jungkook could try me crazy. You laugh, you're sassy, the way you talk to everyone like they are your best friend. I'll tell myself I hate it, but he broke off first, cleaning them softly. But what? Jungkook eyes flickered with Jungkook, but I can't stop noticing you. I can't stop caring. Taehyung's heart thumped loudly. Taehyung, then stop running just once. Don't run away. Slowly, Jungkook's hand lifted, brushed against Taehyung's cheeks. Taehyung leaned into the touch, eyes closed for a moment. And then, without hesitation, Jungkook pulled him closer. At first, then at the walls finally broke. Taehyung smiled again, whispering when they apart. Taehyung took you long enough, Ice Prince. Jungkook's scales shaky for resting against his. Jungkook, you are trouble. Taehyung, you're trouble forever. They turned into weeks and something shifted into their home. Jungkook's coldness softened, replaced by quiet gestures, making for Taehyung. Listening to his intelligent stater, even smiled sometimes. One evening, as they sat side by side on the couch, Taehyung rested his forehead on Jungkook's shoulders. Taehyung, you know, I never thought this marriage would work, but now I think I marry you all over again. Jungkook glanced down at him, lip curled slightly. Jungkook, even if I still annoy you, then especially then life would be boring without you. Jungkook arms slightly around him, pulling him closer. Jungkook, I don't hate you anymore, Tae. Taehyung, eyes closing. Good, because I never hate you, not even once. And in the quiet warmth of their home, the once cold war finally melted into love.